Hang on. Okay, so can y'all hear me now? Let's see. You can hear me now. I can hear myself. God damn. Shit. Can you hear me, Shirley? God damn. Huh? Okay. All right, y'all. Listen. And I hear echo too. Can y'all hear the echo? Ain't this about a beep, 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 beep? But I can hear myself talk. So let me speak to everybody. Okay, so how you doing, Dimple D, Felicia? Hey, Shirley. What's going on, Cutting Edge? Let's see who I got up in here. I got your Hey CX. What's going on with y'all, baby? Look, I'm coming up on here because I want to talk some shit. Because I've been thinking some shit. Okay, so now let me see. I can hear myself echoing, and I don't know why. Maybe because I have my sound turned up. I don't know why I can hear myself. Can y'all hear me double talking? Let me see. I'm gonna see what y'all saying. Oh, you can hear the background music. That's all you can hear is the background music. Okay, but you can hear me, right? Hey, Mr. Chicago, what's up, baby? How y'all doing? Look, y'all, listen. I want to talk some shit because I've been thinking some shit. And let me tell y'all what happened. Okay, so I've been trying to get this damn my laptop to work, and it was doing a whole bunch of shit, right? Okay, so is the background music too loud? She said she can hear it, but I don't know if it's too loud or not. It sounds low to me, but I feel like vibing. Shit, I feel like vibing, y'all. Okay, so let me see what y'all gonna say. You didn't say nothing about that, so I guess the background music is good. Oh yeah, you good. Okay, and do y'all hear me echoing though? Because if you hear me echoing, then I'm gonna change it up. Let me know. Okay, so look, if y'all hear me echoing, fuck it. This ain't trying to be no perfect live. I don't feel like talking. Okay, so what? So look, what I want to talk about is the title is "I'm Not Who You Say I Am," and so let me tell you why I'm coming in here like this. You know, it's a lot of damn people. I mean, it could be family, it could be any damn body, right? But there's a lot of people that you know, or you may not know. They always trying to tell you who you are. They may say to you, you know, you crazy, you stupid, you fat, you poor, you broke, you busted, you all kinds of things. Whatever they think of you, that's what they start telling you, right? And if you don't know who you are, you gonna believe that bullshit, right? And then I was going a little deeper with this thought process because the other day I put a video up here. Y'all probably see it on my page. It's like a little short, and it was I went outside and I looked across the street from my house, and I saw this like 10 buzzards, and they were all in a circle like, but they all didn't have their wings stretched out. This one buzzard, I mean, they were big as shit, y'all. First, I thought they were like turkeys or roosters and shit, because that's how big they were. And I'm like, where all these damn roosters come from? Where I live at, a lot of people have farm animals and stuff like that. So I thought they went astray. And so anyway, I was telling my husband, I said, come here, come look at this shit. I was outside. I said, come and look at this. Come look at all these buzzards. I mean, these are roosters or things. He said, they ain't no roosters, they buzzards. These buzzards, one of the buzzards spread the wings out so wide. I'm talking about wide. And that buzzard was a good, maybe I want to say about 20, 30 pounds. It's been eating good. It spread its wings out like that to protect all the other little buzzards was in the circle, and they were just as big, but this was the biggest one. And those wings fanned out, and it was like this, and it was hovering over them. And I just watched that thing. While the other buzzards in that circle that big buzzard had formed, the leader started pecking away at something. So I'm like, something is dead over there. What is that that's dead that they eating on? And my spirit said, that's what people do. to one another. Y'all hear that noise in the background? Because I hear it. But anyway, so when I saw that shit, right, I got my husband walk over. I said, "You go over there and see what they eating." He would walk over there while I'm standing back, kind of look and shit and record it. Because it fascinates me how animals move. Because people move in the same way animals do, right? Pretty much. And speaking of the buzzards, you have a lot of people that when one person's talking about you in a bad way and believe that you're this or you that, they try to get everybody else to see you the way that they see you. And then you have people that they don't know how to think for themselves. They think they smart, but they'll tend to agree with some of the things that big buzzard may be saying, right? They follow that path. Then what they start doing? You know that big buzzard I was telling you about, the little ones inside? The little buzzards are the people that believe the shit that somebody else be saying about them. And they start pecking away at that same little specimen, which is that person that they try to tear apart, that they try to eat up or eat alive. Most buzzards like stuff dead. They don't like live stuff, but y'all get the picture. That made me come on this live stream. You have a lot of people in your life or that you have encountered, and they try to make you, believe what other people or how they see you. And then they say it enough, you start believing it. Then I thought in my mind about back in the days when people were enslaved. Now, we ain't just talking about black people, but I'm talking about black people today being enslaved. It was a lot of people that was enslaved, right? A lot of people enslaved us as a people. But we have did a good job on carrying that on. Because I started title this live stream, "Keep Your Mouth Off of Me," right? Because most of the time, we use our mouth, and it's a two-edged sword, the tongue is. But it also could be a chain. You know the more big chains that's interlinked to one another? That tongue can be just that. Because we try to enslave our brothers and sisters when we don't see no way out. A lot of people don't see no way out of their situation. And so what they do is they pick on people that they think that's got it going on in their minds. And they try to tear them down. They try to get everybody to believe what they believe and think the way that they think. But for me, I'm 63. I've come a long way. At one point in my life, I used to think and believe what other people used to say about me. I said, damn, I wonder why they look at me like that. Even though I knew I wasn't none of the things that they said I was. They would say things like, "This girl is weird. She's odd. She's peculiar." Right? They used to say shit like that. She homey. I had girlfriends who said that shit. Because when I had my kids, I ain't going nowhere with them. They want to go to the club and all that old crazy shit and cut rugs and shit. Look, we don't do that shit no more. We got babies. They look up to you. You supposed to be that mama. When I got married and stuff like that, I was like, "Ooh, she got married too early. She don't know. She 18 years old. She don't know about no damn marriage. That shit ain't gonna last." And look, been married since 1981. We going into 2026. I got the same dude. They're the ones that been through changes. I'm coming on here to tell you guys to stop feeding into what people say about you in your life and about you. If that's not you, don't believe it. Don't confirm it. When you go to church and the preacher get to speaking and stuff like that, he may be saying something that's true, and you go, "Amen." You co-sign. You did? Thank you, Cutting Edge, for being a member, baby. I appreciate it. Yeah, you co-signing what the preacher say. So, when you hear somebody speaking on other people or anybody or you, and that shit ain't true, don't co-sign that. Know that you know who you are, whose you are. Don't let nobody else define who you are. Don't make nobody feel what you feel. Let me tell you something else. I want to add to this with this. You get people in your life, family members, friends, all that shit. You wake up in the morning, you feeling good, you making your moves, you know you having a great day. You doing your thing, right? You know, you on your purpose for that day. And believe me, you have a purpose for every day your feet hit the ground. You should have a plan. You should have a plan to do something on this land. You should have a plan. I don't care what it is. As long as you're satisfied, you're not hurting nobody, you minding your own black business, you taking care of your own family and doing what you're supposed to do as that mom or that dad or that child. Don't worry about nothing else. Stay on your plan. Thank you, beautiful one. I appreciate it, baby. Thank you so much for blessing me. And I received that. I really do. Yeah, you need to stay on your plan, right? Don't let nobody make you go sideways just because they sideways and they don't know who they are, which way they going. See, people be so jealous of you that they will try to tear you down and make you a non-believer of what you have planned in your life. And I call them soul snatchers. We got a lot of soul snatchers on here. You know that? If you sit back and you watch, you'll see there's a lot of people turning people down with their tongue. Let's go back to slavery. You remember they had people living out in the field, black folks, you know, slaves in the field, and you had those house niggas in the house. They used to keep an eye on them niggas out in the field. Listen, keep their ear to the ground and see if they're hearing the bullshit or what's going on so they can go back and tell the master what's happening. Right? Because they knew they was in the house. The master always had the eye on them. But them niggas out there in the field, they had a chance to slip away. So wouldn't you think that there was a little jealousy somewhere there because they had a little bit more freedom out there? They could talk to each other and stuff like that, commune with each other, even though they had an overseer watching them, you know, sharecropping and all that kind of stuff, right? And that person in the house can't say nothing because everybody can hear what they gonna say. So when they heard something about the people out in the field, the first thing they do is run back and tell the master because they don't want them people out there to get no escape. They don't wish that their dreams come true because they're already stuck. So let's go back to these soul snatchers that we encounter every day on here and in your real life, even your family. You tell somebody in your family you got a plan, and they tell you, oh, that shit sounds so stupid, right? You shouldn't do that. You ain't got the money to do that. So what you do? You give up on your dream, right? They ain't got no plan, no way. They ain't got nothing to do. They just don't want you to get there because they scared you won't take them there with you. And then you got family members that know you're going to take them with you. But it's just not enough because they want what you have. They want your life. So you see what I'm saying? Let me tell y'all a story. And this is a true story. Now, I live in Virginia. I have an uncle. Y'all met him. His name's Uncle Chauncey. He's the only living uncle, that I have living in this world. I had many uncles. He's the only one left in his late 80s. Y'all seen him. Had a birthday in July, right? That just passed. Okay. He used to shine shoes downtown in the heart of our city. He met a whole lot of prestigious men, businessmen, every day, especially at lunchtime. I used to work downtown, but I was in social services and I was helping people with fuel assistance, helping them to keep warm and helping them to, heat during the summer. I was helping them be able to pay their light bills and stuff like that to get the oil for the oil tanks because a lot of people lived in the side of town where they had them oil tanks that still heat by oil. This is the setup. Okay. So I had a dream of me broadening my business. And I told my husband, I said, I know how we can make a lot of money. And so I wrote my dream down and I told my husband my dream. And what was it? My dream was to go and help people by delivering them their groceries, by going to the drugstores and picking up their medication because they couldn't go and pick medications up. I would do that for them. If they wanted something to eat from a fast food restaurant, I would pick it up. If they wanted it from the supermarket, I would pick it up. I would go by their house and get a list and do all of that for them. And my husband said, that's a lot. That's a whole lot for you to be doing. You got the kids and stuff and you're working and stuff. I said, I'm going to do it. Well, my mind is made over because I know how to think and I know how to make money. I was taught that by my father. My mother taught me how to love. My father taught me how to work. So I had the best of both worlds. So I took and went to this shop and I put a magnet on the side of my car. It was an apple and an orange and a tomato. It was 3 of them. And I called it Sit and Shop. And I had my phone number there, right? And I had calls. People would call me. I would drive my car when I was carpooling with my children, take them to school and all that stuff. When I was going to work and stuff, I was still driving that car. And people would call me. And I would take their orders over the phone and go to their house, pick up their money and go shopping and go back for them. And when I take their food back, I wasn't charging them nothing. Not even gas money. You understand that? Because I believe if you do good, good will follow you. You'll get what you need. It ain't no big deal. These old people couldn't help themselves, some of the people that I was going to deliver food to. Right? Okay. So now, fast forward. My uncle came over my house one day with his wife. This is second one. She was a couple of years older than me. He liked young women, okay? He liked that. He was a fly dude. He still is. He was old pimp, player. Right? He liked his women to get along with each other, wife and girlfriend. He had women that did that. He had a girlfriend he put in the trunk of the car. Anyway, to hide her, she was living and all that from the other woman, all that bullshit. That's another story. So when he found out that's what I was doing, he was like, damn, why are you doing that? He said, I shine the shoes of the man that owned Kroger's. I'm saying the name because it's true. So it ain't no alleged or none of that bullshit. So that's how bold I am because the truth will set you free. So I was like, the man that owned Kroger's, the Kroger's, you know him? He was like, yeah, I shine the shoes and shit. His son got the building downtown, right here, blah, blah. He was telling him where the building is. He said, well, I can get you an appointment to go see him. I said, okay. I said, well, maybe we could be business partners. I said, I don't really want the whole thing. I could get him the idea, then I can get a little cut. I'm good with the cut because I'm satisfied with me, my husband, my little home and house and everything I got. But it'd be nice to have a little residual income coming in, a little something on the side. Cool. He set up the appointment. My mind said, damn, you probably should get a lawyer. But at that time, I had so much shit going on, I couldn't really afford a big lawyer for to do all that shit. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna take my chances. If you take this shit, take the idea, it's all good. Because I'm so creative, something else gonna happen. Ain't no big deal. I went to meet him, his son. Went up there, had the meeting, me and him. When I gave him the idea and told him what was what and how we can do that to make some money, he was like, that's a good idea. He said, I really like that. Let my people call you back. We talked for about maybe 45 minutes to an hour. And what I did before I went there, I took my stuff that I wrote down I always write, y'all. So I took all of my stuff that I wrote down, the idea blow by blow, and I mailed it to myself. So it goes to the post office, so that way you have a stamp date on it and the time and all that stuff. I still have that information this day in a great big vanilla folder, stamp dated and everything with my whole idea. And what y'all seeing today and what y'all eating today with the DoorDash and all that shit, that came from this girl right here. Because A few months later, Kroger started delivering food, groceries to people's houses and shit. I never got the phone call back. You did? Crazy work, right? You see? But that was a lesson learned for me, right? So I have a whole lot of damn ideas, you know. But let's go back to this because I don't want to go too far off the topic. I just want y'all to know that you have a whole lot of vultures just sitting there waiting on y'all. And do you know what I was telling y'all about those soulless people? Well, people that do what I just said, that take your ideas, they copy you. You remember the live stream I made a few, maybe a couple of weeks or so back, called Copy and Paste Niggas? You got a whole lot of copy and paste niggas. Those are soulless people that are not creative, because all of God's children are creative. Anybody that was made by the Creator is creative, because the source is a creator. It creates life. It creates everything in this world. And you are part of that creation. So just like you have a mother and father, you are part of that. So for you not to know that you are a powerful being and that you are a creator, that's a problem. Now, another thing too, I don't hear myself. Oh, y'all can hear me? Okay, that was just a delay. Yeah, yeah, that's a problem when you don't know. When you don't know that you have, that you can create, and if you don't know that other people that smile at you, mimic you, copy you, if you don't know that that is a soulless person, a soulless human being without a conscience, those are a lot of powerful people that's in positions. It's just like I'm telling you. And just like I gave that idea to that gentleman, and he's making millions of dollars, and he's going to have uh, stuff for his legacy, for his children, and all that stuff like that. And this little old black girl right here, I might not have all of that to leave my babies when I go from this earth. But what I do have that they don't have or that person don't have, I have the knowledge of knowing who I am and that I can create anything I want to. And y'all know I can be anybody I want to do. Y'all know that, don't you? That's Grandma Gussie right. You can be anything you want to be. You can do anything you want to do. But I just want you to be aware of these soulless people and these copy and paste niggas, because they will steal from you. So when you have ideas of being creative, make sure you hold it close to your bosom and be sure of who you're speaking with before you allow these things to get away from you. Because see, they can pretend like it's their own. They're good at it. Those people that have good memories, they're good at math and history and social studies. They're really good at relating to the people and smiling and laughing and befriending you. But those are soulless people. Now, y'all might say, now, yo, how you know that? Well, I told y'all that I'm going to get deeper than this outside thing right here that I'm talking about on this YouTube. We're going to talk about some spirituality, some real stuff. We're going to talk about where people come from, these soulless people. Just think about it. You come from a generation of something, and these soulless people come from a generation of something. Have y'all ever heard of the island of Patmos? Why don't y'all do some homework on that first? And once y'all get your little homework in on that, I'm gonna break it down for you. Some of y'all think that AI just discovered AI and that's the new thing and that just happened. Some of y'all also think that when it comes to having what you call that thing? Somebody that look like you, and you know how you can make somebody look like you and all that kind of stuff. What they call it, cloning? Some of y'all think that just happened. If y'all don't know that cloning has been happening just as long as the beginning of time. Some of y'all need to know that and don't even know it. I was looking at that thing with D'Angelo. And speaking of D'Angelo, he's from Richmond, Virginia. I knew him. I met him. He used to play music with my cousins. Yeah. And he lived on the south side of Richmond, where I was born and raised. Him and his whole family. He was in a Pentecostal church that I used to go to with my girlfriend Vanessa. You know, I look at people on this internet and people talking about the boy and all that kind of stuff. And some of the people really didn't even know that dude. They ain't really know him. And I look at that thing and I said, it's a shameful goodness how people do. You know, pretend like they know somebody and don't even know them. You know, I thought it's kind of sad, you know, but I can't say he was a sweet dude. He was very mannerable, real cool dude. He did a whole lot of shit, like most young boys, you know, because my brothers used to do some shit too. They was all in a little circle, in a little group, showing their black asses. Yeah, they was doing what they had to do. But anyway, yeah. And the reason why I mention his name is a lot of people want you to feel how they feel. Like if somebody go to die in a funeral, maybe they be in the family or something, the funeral home and everything, and you got somebody sitting beside you from the family, they crying, they doing all of that, and they looking at you because you're not doing it. Well, let's go back to this. I'm not who you say I am. I don't mourn like you mourn. I don't see things the way you see it. See? Everybody don't see things the way you see it. You know, a lot of people scared to die. A lot of people scared to talk about spirituality. But they're not scared to say who struck John or who did it to Susie Q or who backbiting or who stole what. They ain't scared of that ignorant talk. They scared of the real shit. See? And more people need to know the real shit instead of all this bullshit. You won't be so scary. A lot of people are scared of voodoo. Say that word, they're like, oh God, they're scared of witches and warlocks and all that stuff. See? But you don't know the history of these things. A lot of things that you were taught with those names then turn bad. They don't give them bad labels and bad names. That's not what it was originally about. You see what I'm saying? But when you don't know, that's when you're scared of stuff. But I basically came on here to tell you guys, don't let people tell you who you are. Don't believe the hype. Because if they can tell you who you are, and they tell it to you often enough, you will believe it. And when you believe something, that's who you are. But when you know that you are, in other words, I am that I am, can't nobody tell me shit. People will say, oh, now you all cocky and stuff like this, and you this and that. Yeah, sure is. Won't you not get like Mike, get like your thought. Read some of y'all shit. Let's read what y'all talking about. What's going on, y'all? I see y'all tip typing up in here. Thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate it. I really do, y'all. Beautiful, y'all talking to each other. You know what? I had to read this shit right here. I really be bad. I be bad at reading the chat. I be bad at reading the damn chat. Yeah, you said beautiful. Yes, she nailed it. Oh yeah, I'm a trip, ain't I, y'all? I know I'm a trip. And you know, a lot of people don't like me, and I'm gonna tell you why people don't like me too. It's because I say what is on my mind. I don't come straight out and say it right away. I think on that thing. And sometimes I think on shit like how I can be delicate saying something. But I can't be really delicate. I have to be raw and just what it is and say what it is. You know why? Because when my mom and daddy raised us, they didn't get us just like goo goo gaga talk. We ain't had that kind of shit. It wasn't no goo goo gaga. It was like, go sit your little self down. Did you hear what I say? I'm gonna say what I gotta say to you one time. It was shit like that. See? So you had to pay attention. So I can't tiptoe through the tulips, especially when it comes to real life stuff. And to me, this is real life. A lot of people are going around telling you who you are, and you're believing the hype, and that's why you're where you are right now. You got too much noise in your head and too many niggas in your ears telling you who you are, and they don't know who the hell they are. They don't even know what they're gonna eat tomorrow. Half of them don't have shit. How they say it, a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of. And about me, no, I'm not rich. I am not poor, but I know how to fish. See? I know how to go get it. I know how to go get it. And what my it is might not be what your it is. Somebody told me when I was on here the other night, yesterday, husband fried that little fish for me and stuff like that. Me and baby girl was up there conning him and shit, you know. He knew he was being con, right? We hyping him up, fix our shit. He can cook too, for real, no jokes. So somebody said on here to me in the comments, they said, yo, thought. They said, your husband, he spoiled you. And I said to her, no, don't give me no diamond and pearls. Give me something to eat. That's the kind of shit that I believe in. You know, to me, we show love through food. You know what I'm saying? You know, like nurturing one another, right? Even though I had to go to the gym and work that shit off, I'm telling you, I caught hell today too, y'all. I ain't gonna lie. But I was in there, I was flipping and twisting my ass trying to get that damn shit off of me. But it was good going down. It was good going down. Okay, so some stop. Okay, I did some. Okay, some stop. Can y'all still hear me? Y'all look. And you know, that's something that we do too. We know that we have to pay the piper. When we eat something wrong or we do something wrong that we know we don't have no business doing, we're gonna have to pay the piper one way or the other. Right? We know we're doing wrong, but you got to move that ass. And y'all know me, I'm gonna make something move. So then I can think of something else I want, some bullshit that I want to eat. That's my fiance and I. We love nurture. Yeah, we do too. Me and hubby dubby, we do it. Like, you know, it's just a lot of simple stuff. You know, it ain't just TV shit. You know, when you have people riding on horses and shit like that and they sweeping you up. My husband tried to pick me up now. I tell him bend his knees. Well, shit, because I'm a big girl. Bend your knees. I don't want you to hurt your back. I mean, let's be real. Felicia, that fish was good. So I don't know what I ain't. I'm trying to tell you, it was good. And then I heard her lay on that ass. I told the other girl, I said, y'all gonna flip my ass like flapjacks. After I ate that thing, I ate and laid right down on that shit. And I flipped from side to side. But then when I got up this morning, I was making some move all day. So I said, let me come back on here and holler at y'all and just tell y'all what I'm thinking. But this is what I want y'all to do too, y'all. If y'all do me this favor, just be careful. Y'all be careful of what you're saying out your mouth about somebody else. Because that shit gonna come back on your ass. Now, it might skip your generation and go there into your babies and stuff. So just be careful of what you say about somebody else. And one of the reasons you better be careful about what you say about somebody else, you don't know that somebody else. You don't know what kind of powers that somebody else have, right? You got a whole lot of people in this world that know how to heal. They know how to curse you. They know how to do a lot of things that can bother you. And y'all hear all this stuff with the celebrities and all these different things like this. And they be saying that they have curses on them or spiritual war and all these things happening to them. Y'all think that shit ain't true? Y'all think that some of that stuff is not true? I'm here to tell you, I had people in my family that's dead and gone right now that knew how to do a lot of things to people to help them, and they knew how to hurt them if they wanted to spiritually. I'm telling you, it is real. It's a real thing. And I even told y'all the story when my daddy got in trouble as a young man riding them country roads and the police, and it was back in my daddy was born in 1940, back in them days, right? And the police pulled him over, him and his friend, a guy friend, two guys, my daddy and this other guy driving the car. My daddy did not know that the car was stolen that he was in. The police pulled him over. And you know, in Virginia, y'all know this a place right here, okay? And them good old boys everywhere. They still here today. There's a whole lot of good old boys. They pulled him over and took him down and locked both of them up. And my grandfather, which is my father's father, had to go and get my father out of jail that night. But they had a court date. And my grandfather took my father to the right person in my family that knew how to make things happen. So when he went to court, he didn't have a record. My daddy never had a record. Now, my daddy was born in 1940. My daddy died in 2001. Never had a speeding ticket. Never went to jail for nothing, to court for nothing. There are people that know how to do things. My mother's mother, which is my mother's mother, which is my great grandmother, went to a wedding. I told you all these stories. I got videos of these stories. Went to a wedding. The family did not like her. The family of the man that she married did not like her. All the women greeted her, big gala, big party, everything outside. Y'all know about, just think about it in your mind, those big old houses that wrap around porches and shit. Everybody having a good time. The women got all the food going. This nice little punch. My great grandmother did not drink, nothing, no drink or smoke. And she was a beautiful woman. They wound up giving her a drink, some punch, fruit punch. She drank that. She got home and started spitting up worms. Okay? She had to go see somebody in the family. You understand me? I'm telling you, shit is real. So be careful on who you talking about and what you're doing with your mouth. Because you never know what can come back on you. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not who you say I am. I'm not who you say I am. Yeah. But I am that I am. And I'm not the only one. It's a whole lot of people like me that's weird, peculiar, odd, don't fit in, don't like bullshit, don't fuck with nobody, mind their own black business, and can be anybody you want them to be. Let me get the fuck off here. Okay, y'all. Listen, thank y'all so much for coming through. I don't even know how to drop the link on this thing right here. I would do it. Let me see. I think I'm gonna try to do it, y'all. See if I can do it. I think I'm gonna hit this person. If I hang y'all up, I'm sorry. This is the iPad right here. So y'all listen. Ooh, I'm gonna see if I do. I'm gonna see if I can do it, y'all. I hope I don't flick y'all off. Let's see. How you do the paste thing? I'm supposed to hit it. Who laughing? That's what you you laughing at me. You laughing at me. There you go. Oh, I did it, y'all. I did it. I did it. You said, yo, thought this was a great life. Thank you, beautiful. What? Thank you so much. I appreciate your donation. And I thank y'all so much for coming through. Thank y'all for y'all memberships and all that stuff. And you know, I gotta do better with this too because I don't come on here a lot. But like I said, I want to talk about some real deep stuff. And I'm gonna make that live stream for members only right there. And we can really get down with some real stuff. Some real, how you say it, facts and evidence about real life shit. Right? Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Felicia. Thank you so much. Thank you, B. I appreciate it. Y'all so sweet for coming through, especially on such a short notice. Because, like I said, I have to come on this thing when the spirit moved me, right? Just to talk to y'all about some things, and hopefully y'all catch on and make your life a little bit better. Yeah, and watch all y'all for them soulless motherfuckers and them copy and paste niggas, okay? And if they copy and paste you, don't be mad at them. Just forgive them for they know not what they do. Just forgive them. Okay? All right, y'all. So I dropped the link. Nobody coming up. I can dig it. It is what, 9? What, almost 10 o'clock? Shit. Let me go get my beauty rest. Oh, y'all know I got to get my shit. Because I'll be up in the morning at the crack. While some of y'all still turning over with slob on the side of your lip. I'll be up in here out there with the birds tweeting and shit. Okay? All right. And the moon still be up when I get up there. Bye, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'm going to see if I can flick this thing off. Thanks for coming through, y'all. Peace, everybody. Appreciate y'all. I can do it.